is the target costing. And we will discuss case OTQ on the activity-based costing and OTQs on and case OTQ on volume drivers. Duration drivers are the volume and the transaction are non-volume drivers. Okay. So now we will come to our case OTQ of ABC costing. Jola Publishing Company. The following scenario relates to the next 5 questions. Jola Publishing Company publishes 2 forms of books. The company publishes a children's book, CV, which is sold in large quantities to the government-controlled schools. The book is produced in 4 large production runs. Please underline the data which you feel it relates to your question or the information. 4 large production runs. The second book is a comprehensive technical journal, TJ. It is produced in monthly production runs, that is 12 times a year. Okay. Production runs information is given. For the CB, there is 4, and for a TJ, it is 12. Okay. The directors are concerned about the performance of the 2 books and are wondering what the impact would be of a switch to an activity-based costing approach to the accounting for overheads. The currently uses absorption costing. Okay, now the current system, traditional system, that is absorption based on the number of books produced. Your absorption rate is based on the number of books produced. For all overhead calculation, overheads amount to be 28,80,000. This is your overhead. Okay. Overhead amounts to be 28,80,000. Clear? So the information in these 2 paragraphs, we will get the production runs. Production runs is for the CB, there is 4, and for the TJ, we have 12 production runs. Okay. Traditional system is used for the products, and the absorption rate is based on the number of units, and your budgeted overheads or your overhead in total is 28,80,000. The CB will be inspected on 180 occasions inspections. Number of inspections done is 180 next year, whereas TJ will be inspected just 20 times. Machine time per unit. Machine time per unit is 6 minutes for CB and 10 minutes for TJ. Okay, time is given in minutes, not in hours. For the conversion of hour, you will divide on 60. Jola Publishing will produce, this is the machine time, okay? Jola Publishing will produce the annual output of 1 million CVs in 4 production runs and approximately 10,000 TJ per month each 12 production runs. He already discussed it is CB is based, is manufactured in 4 production runs and it is in 12. And how many units we will produce? We will produce 1 million units of CB and TJ 10,000 per month. These are the per month. This is annually, annual output clearly mentioned. This is your annual output. So these overheads are your annual. You should, for the absorption rate, you need annual output. TJ is given per month. You will convert into months. You have 12 months in a year. So we will multiply with 10,000 with the 12 for the annual. What is the overhead cost per unit of the CB using the current system of absorption costing? What is your current system? Your current system is number of units produced, absorption costing. So what is the formula for overhead rate? OAR is equal to budgeted overheads divided by budgeted units. This is given in the question. Budget overhead is in total, but units are not total. How we will calculate the units? We have plus 10,000 into 12. We will get 11 lakh 20,000. Okay. Now, our budgeted overhead is 28 lakh 80,000 divided by budgeted units, that is 11 lakh 20,000. I will get my rate per unit, that is 2.57 per unit. He said calculate the CB cost per unit. So the per unit rate is 2.57. This is your per unit cost of CB, that is 2.57 per unit. Already mentioned per unit, so you don't write per unit. Okay. Now, what is the next question? Okay. He said Jola Publishing Company has decided to adopt ABC. Management has put together a list of steps, match each steps in ABC to correct order in which they should be carried. Calculate the overhead cost per unit of CB and TJ. Calculate the absorption rate of each cost driver. Determine what caused the cost of each activity, the cost driver. Identify the major activities within each department which create cost. Create a cost center or the cost pool for each activity, the activity cost pool. So first of all, what we do, we will identify the major activities in each department. What are the major activities performed in each department? This is your step 1. Okay. Then create the cost pool for each activity. This is step 2. Determine which causes the cost, that is the cost driver. This is your step 3. Then we will calculate the cost driver rates. This is your step 4. Then we will charge at the end overhead cost to the product. This is your step 5. Okay. So how we will charge, how we will adopt ABC costing, we have to mention or match with the steps. Okay. Here the steps are not given in the proper form. That's why we cannot match. I have written against each step. Okay. Next is question number 74. The overhead involved have analyzed as follows. Overhead production cost is given. Okay, quality control cost is given. Production setup cost is given. In total, we have 28 lakh 80,000 overheads. Okay, then the split of activities, that is production cost, quality control, and production setup. These are the three cost pools which are given. And activity drivers, that is for the production cost, this is the machine hour, this is the volume based. And quality control, number of inspections. For the production setups, it is the number of setups. Now, as I told you earlier, our question will start from the calculation of driver rate. Cost pool is given in the question, and driver rate is, driver information is given in the question. Now, what is the requirement? What is the total activity-based apportionment of the production cost for the production of the CB? So, which cost I want? Production cost. Production cost is based on the machine hour. Production cost is based on the machine hours. And what he said how much minutes is required for the CB. That is 6 minutes is required for the production of CB. And 10 minutes is required for the TJ. This is mentioned in the question. In the question, as I discussed when we discussed the format of the ABC, we said sometime we have to calculate our volume basis, total. In just like in this question, you have given only minutes per unit, and you have to convert it into total. So I will first of all find total machine hours. Okay, CB, how much minutes? 6 divided by 60 into units of CB, that is 10 lakh. I will get 100,000 hours. For TJ, 10 divided by 60 into 1 lakh 20,000. You will get 20,000. Total machine hours is 1 lakh 20,000. This is your total machine hours. Why we require total? Because as I already told you, we have to calculate in total, then we convert into per unit. In the question, he also required the total activity base cost. Okay. So now we will calculate the cost driver rate. Cost pool. What is the cost pool cost? 21 lakh 60,000 divided by your machine hours, which we already calculated, 1 lakh 20,000 hours. You will get the rate, that is 18 per machine hour. Now I have to calculate the cost of CB, how much machine hours is required for the CB, that is 100,000. So total cost of CB is 18 per machine hour is rate into 100,000 I will get 18, sorry, 1,80,000, not 18 lakh. Okay. So 18 into 100,000, 18 lakh. Yes. Okay. This is your overhead cost, which is charged to the CB in total. If he required per unit, so what will you do? We have calculated the CB total cost. CB total cost is 18 lakh divided by units, that is 1 million. You will get the per unit cost. That is approximate 1.8 per unit. Okay. So now the TJ, what is the total activity-based apportionment of the quality control overheads for the TJ? Quality control overheads of the TJ. Quality control cost is based on the number of inspections and how much inspections is for CB and TJ. It is already mentioned CB required 180 inspections and TJ only 20. This is mentioned in the question. Total inspections is 200. You have total cost, so you have to divide it on the total. So I have 6 lakh, sorry, 68,000 divided by 200. I will get the rate. Like that is 3340. How much inspections for the TJ? That is 20. We will multiply for the TJ, that is 20. You will get 66,800. Okay, if it is required in per unit, what you do, you will divide on the TJ's unit, that is 1,20,000. Now, the next question. Okay. In Jola Publishing Company, if the Jola Publishing Company decide to introduce ABC costing system, which of the following is an advantage of ABC that they can expect to benefit from? A reduction in overhead cost. It controls the overhead cost, not reduced. Cost savings compared to the absorption costing. We calculate more accurate cost, not the cost saving. Simplification of the costing process, not. ABC is more complex as compared to the absorption. More accurate cost per unit is calculated. Yes, you will calculate more accurate cost per unit. Okay, so option D is right option. We can't reduce, we can control overhead cost. Okay, it's not the cost saving. It's not cost saving. Okay, technique. more accurate cost is calculated. Simplification of the cost system? No, it's a complex system, not simplified system. Because the identification of activity and then creating the cost pool is a very time consuming, and it also involves a lot of cost. Yes. Any question relating to this topic? Focus on it, whether the customer is willing to pay or the customer will buy the product at this price or not. That's why we need a system of target costing, a system that is the advanced. And if